I know there's no crying in baseball, but, you know, the baseball blues.
I've got the baseball blues
Sure
because
do.
my baby ain't got no baseball shoes.
Lost.
I've got the baseball blues
All right, let's start
because
this.
my baby ain't got no baseball shoes. Well, I asked him, honey, hey, what do you want? He said, honey, babe, there's only one thing I want, and that's some baseball shoes. And that's why
Now the Dodgers
I
down
got
to their
the
final
baseball
strike.
blues.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kendrick swings and misses, and the Mets have won the National League Division Series. Beating the Dodgers 3-2, the Dodger season has come to an end.
Hey, everybody. I'm just as sad as you guys are. I'm Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. Come on in, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. I don't care. Hey, it's over. What can you say? You can't leave that many guys in scoring position and, you know, expect to win. Anyway, this is the best, only, and first video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. If any of you out there still watching or still fans, I know you are because I'm a big fan, and so are you. Hey, I'm the guy that was hanging with a team that was like 8 out of 10 teams in 1967, 68 when we really sucked. So that's the truest of the blue right here. Hope you are too. All right. Wait until next year. Let's do a little rant here. First of all, still a little under the weather, but I'll get it back. Some of the bigger problems of this team, from my point of view, had to do with the pitchers who went down. When you think about it, went to the playoffs with 2 great starters, 1 mediocre guy, and 2 non-places. So that's pretty amazing how we got there in the first place. The other guys, Ryu and McCarthy, went down early, and so we'd been hurt, and we had to mix and match the entire way with guys like Frias and Matt Latos and Alex Wood. All right, I'll give the front office a little bit of kudos and credit for getting some fill-in guys who got us, you know, to the end of the season, but we just couldn't go all the way. And 2 great pitchers, that's only part of the story. There are also no big bat in the lineup. I know Gonzo's supposed to be the guy, the big, butter and egg guy, as Vinny would call him, bread and butter guy, but he didn't even get 100 RBIs like he usually does this year, so I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying we didn't hit with consistency like we should have. And then nobody else like Ethier had a very good time of it. Ethier, you know, he didn't play that much, but he played enough, but he wasn't as consistent as he usually was. I think we got to get our young guys on track. I think Jock and Corey Seager, we got to get these guys to winter ball to show them and teach them how to not strike out. These guys were striking out way too much. Now, the thing that bothered me all season is that while young Jock could walk all he wanted, because he got singles, walks, strikeouts, and home runs. That was basically his thing. But people here are forgetting, and am I the only one who remembers this? Last year in the minors, Jock Peterson was a 30-30 man. He almost hit 30 home runs this year. He had 26. But they never let him run. Now, I get that rookies don't learn that well to run yet. Even if they're good in the minors, doesn't mean they're going to be good in the majors. I remember D. Gordon could run like the wind in the minors and steal bases. When he got to the majors, it was a little tough for him. But he had to learn the pitchers, learn the sequences, all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying is they got to develop this guy, and they should have done it earlier in the season. Well, that spells winter ball for me. So I want to see young Jock and Corey Seager both in winter ball learning stuff like this, and so it won't happen again. And if he does take a walk, I want young Jock flying to second base. He certainly has the speed, and he knows the basics of the stolen base, I think. All right. Yes, the D. Gordon deal was crazy. Nobody likes it, but sometimes you have to take risks. And, of course, there's no crying in baseball, so I'm not crying over it. But, the guys tried. They tried to cash him in for other people. That's nice. I don't know. I predicted early in the season that if they didn't go all the way this year, heads would roll. I don't know whose head's going to roll. Is it going to be Donnie? Is it going to be Big Mac? Is it going to be the tandem of guys that are into sabermetrics? Farhan Zaidi didn't show me much. Andrew Friedman might be a brilliant baseball guy sometimes. But you got to face reality, too, and look at the real hardcore, non-numbers. Like, are they playing with heart? Are they playing with any soul? Playing with any grit? Where's Kirk Gibson when you need him? I realize, he's physically messed up. He's got Parkinson's. He could be the type of manager we could use, but he didn't really know how to manage that well when he was doing it. So I don't know if he's the right guy for managing. Donnie Baseball, he's not bad. Is he great? I don't know if he's great, but he's taken us to the playoffs 3 years in a row. No other Dodger manager's done that. Does that mean anything? I don't know. I don't think it's all on Donnie. I think it's the players that did not execute. Last night, come on, what were we, 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position? Plus DeGrom only got a 1-2-3 inning out of us once, and the rest of the time we had guys on base and couldn't score them all? I mean, come on. This is supposed to be a first-place team playing. We didn't do it. We didn't play like it. We weren't a championship team because we didn't play like a championship team. That's all I have to say on that. Okay, end of Randy's rant. Let's move into the fun stuff. Shout-outs. Shout-outs to everybody watching today. You guys are the true blue Dodger fans. You're still spirited enough to watch this and me, even sick, with a okay mic. I got some stats of the day for you. Justin Turner set a record 6 doubles in a postseason series. That's remarkable. I like that. This team had 35 comeback wins this season. I think the last couple of years they had 4 or 5 or something like that. So that was a lot of improvement. But they relied too much on the home runs. And last night we didn't see any of those. Where were those? Especially when we needed them. They need to learn how to hit with runners in scoring position. They did not do this, so what happened? They lost in the first round again.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, Vinny. And Vinny wasn't even there. And to add insult to injury, we only get him for 1 more year. All right. So let's do some more fun stuff here. This date in Dodger history, well, let's go back to one of my favorite years. We just talked about it yesterday, too. October 15th was yesterday. Today's October 16th, and way back in 1988. Orel Hershiser went 9 innings, struck out 8, walked 2, and pitched a 3-hitter to beat the A's for the 2nd straight night in a row, shutting them out this time 6-0. I was there with a walk-in and a shout out to my pal David B., who later worked for the Dodgers. Way to go, David! And they won. And I'll tell you, I've said this before. I was disappointed. They won the first 2 at home. They won the other 3 on the road, and that was it. Other 2 on the road, and that was it. They never came back for Game 6 or 7. They won it on the road in Oakland. Anyway, that's this date Dodger history. Flashback Friday. How about the guy that got us there? Yeah, here's a picture of Orel Hershiser. There it is. Where is it? There it is. 1988. There he was. He just did all I just said. Then he won the MVP of the World Series. All right. What's going on? Don't forget to check out John Suh's outstanding photography. DodgersPhotog.mlblogs.com. Jerry Royce is signing at the Frank & Son Collectible Show December 5th. We'll tell you more about that as we go along. We're going to take let's put a little music on in the background because we're going to miss Nancy B. Heffley. She just played her last game. Yeah. In the background, Nancy B. Heffley. Let's just tell you what plans are for Let's Talk Dodgers. We're going to come back after each progressive series ends. So, when the NLCS ends between the Mets and the Cubs, I'll come back to give you a couple thoughts on that. And if there's any Dodger news, we'll deal some of that out. We'll come back after the World Series to see who won that, see what's going on. We may come back and talk about some of the awards because we think that some of the Dodgers are in line for a little hardware, particularly our friend Zach Greinke. Don't you think that guy deserves to be Cy Young? I do. All right. And then we'll take a little hiatus until about after Thanksgiving. Then we will come back and talk about the winter meeting, see what's going on. Don't forget to check us out. Let's Talk Dodgers at gmail.com, at Let's Talk Dodgers on Twitter, at Randy Trumpet on Twitter, and right here in Facebook, Let's Talk Dodgers, and in YouTube, Let's Talk Dodgers 13. Again, thank you for watching all season. Love the participation, love the fandom, love the spirit and spunk. Maybe you guys should play for the Dodgers. That's going to do it for us. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in just... Yeah. I don't want to hear that again. We'll see you guys back in maybe a couple of weeks. What do you think? All right? Come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers again right here on Let's Talk Dodgers. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.